it's an environment that takes their existing strategies and succinctly builds them around the performance improvement that we're all going after. You have to get consensus at the top, and the consensus has to be throughout the organization. That typically requires a lot of communications. Well, you start with these imperatives. And imperatives are really 5 or 6 succinct statements about what you want the business to be, what level of profitability you want it to be at. It may be in terms of ROCE or RONA, return on capital employed or return on net assets. And then after that, you might talk about market share. You don't want it to be smaller than X amount of share, and you want to make that clear in your strategic imperatives. So that way there's a balance in the imperatives so that the organization isn't overly tilted into one direction. So it's important that these imperatives have a balance. You build these imperatives with the senior level team that's running the business. And it's really being led by the CEO, the president, the VP GM, whoever happens to be running the business. Then you communicate those imperatives throughout the whole organization, and you make all the business plans in the business support those imperatives. We do that through our MOS, our Management Operating System. We build those strategic imperatives, that planning process, down into the individual discrete P&Ls that come out of the Management Operating System. This is down at the customer level, a P&L with plan data down at each individual ship-to customer level. It's just enormous control over a business that may have started with very little control. So that's how you build the change culture. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of communications, but we've been very successful at it in the past, and it's something you got to work on all the time. There's never enough communications about where you want to go, so it's something that has to be ongoing. You need to have town hall meetings, which is a typical venue of how to communicate, but it really needs to always go back to those imperatives so people can relate what I'm doing, how it relates to the imperatives, and how that relates to the business plan.